Last night, John Hampden Grammar School hosted its annual Question Time event, which was a heated and exciting evening for all. 6 panellists, including journalist Peter Hitchens and Liberal Democrat Sarah Olney, got into a fiery debate with questions from students and teachers alike. A key issue highlighted in this evening was that of free speech in the British education system, which almost resulted in the sudden departure of Mr. Hitchens. Mr. Hitchens raised concerns about what he called indoctrination in British schools, and there were questions about whether students should be exposed to a range of views, including those of an extreme nature. Now over to Tom, who is interviewing Aman, who is a JHGS student.
And would you say you know the political beliefs of your teachers?
Yeah, most of them, I think so.
And do you think knowing the political orientation of many of your teachers is a positive thing?
Yes, I think it is, because I'm able to critique their views in my own way.
We asked Head of English at John Hampden Grammar School, Mr. Darren, on his opinions on free speech in education.
Do you think that being transparent with your views as a teacher is the best approach for students?
It's certainly the one I've always adopted. Most of my students know what my politics are and probably what my religious perspective is as well.
We asked Mr. Samuels, assistant head teacher at JHGS, about what he thought about the Question Time event.
And do you think being transparent with your views is the right approach?
In terms of teachers' views?
Yes.
I actually think it's the reverse. So I suppose I speak as a politics teacher. I'm very careful about keeping my own political views to myself. I know that Mr. Parbury, the other politics teacher, does the same thing. And I think the reason that's important is it's up to young people to make their own mind up. And so we can present the facts, we can present the debates, we can explain what different people think. But I don't see it as my role to form kind of people's own political opinions, other than steering them away from maybe the extremes. So talking about kind of the far right or kind of groups like that. But in terms of whether you're Labour or Lib Dem or Tory or whatever it might be, that's up to young people to decide for themselves.
Although we've heard differing views, what all were agreed upon was that last night was a huge success.
Go.
So what did you think of Question Time last night?
Yeah, I really liked it. Very fiery, very topical and relevant too.
I thought it was very interesting. I thought that some people went on for a little too long, but no, in general I thought it was an interesting debate.
I think it's really important that young people get opportunities to hear from politicians and from journalists and interact with the outside world.
Although it's clear to see that there are different views upon free speech in the British education system, in the words of our head teacher, free speech is alive and well here at John Hampden Grammar School.